My name is Derk, and I make sure that we have enough webinars, that your inbox is full with emails, we are very active on LinkedIn, that we are essentially growing the pie when it comes to immersive technologies, specifically, of course, pixel streaming and the Unreal Engine. And today I will be talking about a few different topics. Thank you very much, Ezgi. Ezgi and I will go back and forth about some of these topics based on more so like, let's call it specialization.
Yeah.
And what else? I wanted to say something else. So yes, today I will be handling the chat, as you might have seen. So basically, we actually reached 17 people, Manos. I need to buy you a crate of beer. Yes, thank you all for joining. I'm very happy to lose a bet here. So today I will be handling the chat. You can ask your questions there. Some of those questions we can answer straight away. Some of those questions need to wait until the Q&A section. Basically, just write anything that you think of, write it in the chat. These webinars are only fun when they're interactive. That's the whole point of having a webinar. Because otherwise you could just read our documentation on the website. You just go to the website, resources, documentation. There's everything that you really need, but everyone learns differently, and especially when you have a specific question, something's unclear, webinars are perfect for that. So that's basically all the housekeeping for today. Mm-hmm. And so shall we go back to the topics though?
Yeah, sure.
So basically, at first, we'll just go through some very basic things about the platform. Most of you might know this, but it's always good to go through like a few little topics. We've already discussed before the real start of the webinar that CCS is difficult to estimate, something that we will touch upon again. Then we'll just go through how the current analytics that you can already access, how those can help you better understand what you need, etc., so that then you can go to the marketplace to also get the things that you need. If you need a little bit more than that you already get from your Lite or Core account. We have new servers in Los Angeles. This is super exciting. There's obviously a lot of, that's Manolis, if you can hear that, clapping from the background. This is definitely one of the things he's very, very proud of, and we are very happy that he is. There's obviously a lot of small details that come with this, so we'll be discussing this. We'll go through all of the stuff that we've basically created over the last few months, because we've created an enormous amount of content, and we want to just make sure that you know how to find it when you need it. Then we will also be talking a little bit about support tickets, because the Unreal Engine and pixel streaming can get tricky. So we are there to help you for things to not become tricky. And then we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming features that we can already talk about. And of course, we have our Q&A. Seems solid, right? So if there are no questions, except for Manolis, who is typing right now.
Let's go. Okay.
Okay.
Dropping some insights.
But
Yeah.
Is it Glackwell or Gladwell? I always heard it with a D.
Yeah.
All right. So now I just want to make sure that people don't get confused and that there isn't like a Chinese knockoff somewhere that is called Glackwell, and that you guys get confused and that you think we use the wrong service. We would never. So then, without further ado, I will give the word to Ezgi.
Yeah. So we're gonna start walking you through our platform, and we're gonna do that in the order that you would go again. So we're gonna start from signing up section. Looking at the names, I know most of you are already signed up with several emails, but I want to quickly mention it again. This is, if I'm quiet, let me know. I'm a very loud person, so I wanted to be away from the...
Loud means that you're easily understood, and so that's the most important thing here.
Yeah, okay, good then. So, if you want to sign up with a new user, you can easily go to our website and you can click on Try Arcware Cloud. Then you're going to see this short form, and then this is very easy to fill. We have no credit card requirements here. This means basically you have a user, but not necessarily an associated plan with it, meaning you don't have a core plan, light plan, or anything else, or what we call a tenant. So this is just how you create a user. Then the next step is actually choosing a plan that works for you, whether it's trial, light, anything, but how to decide on that and what kind of options do we have. Dirk is gonna mention them. I'm gonna
Yes.
open this page.
Let's do this. All right. So one of the most tricky situations is to choose your plan, because when you get started, you have no idea what you really need. And so we made sure that we have 3 different options for people to choose from. Everyone starts with a 15-day free trial, or at least that's what I would do. And then you can upgrade to either a light plan, a core plan, or a custom plan. So in the 15-day free trial, you have 60 free minutes that you can use. You can upload 1 project, and 2 people can access the same application once it's uploaded at the same time. So you can see it, and the person that you send it to can see it. You can upload an application that is 10 gigabytes large, and essentially this is just to see, do we work? Are you happy with the results that you're getting? One of the big differentiators between us and other pixel streaming platforms is that we have our own servers. So that means that we have dedicated servers that are specifically there for pixel streaming. And so that means that you will have the same quality every time. And so the best thing is just test things yourself. We've made that possible through a 15-day free trial. If something happens and you need 16 days, talk to Ezgi, talk to Gosha. 17 days might also be possible. Just talk with either of them. They're very merciful when it comes to these things. So then, once you're convinced you feel like the quality that you're getting is great, you want to remove the watermark, which is a bit intrusive because it's like 80% of the screen. It is massive. So then you can start with the light plan. The light plan is really for people who are starting and who do not have paying customers yet, people who want to upload their portfolio perhaps, and it's really just like, it's just about getting started, making sure you have something there. So 10 euros a month, 15 cents per minute, and you can upload 1 project to CCS. It's all very basic, but it looks great. If you just have 1 project, you don't have a large audience, this is great. From when we first launched the light plan, I had a look and saw that most people didn't spend more than €17.50 on streaming. So in total, that gets you to like €27.50 per month. So this is super manageable. Here, you don't really have to worry about feeling like you're not going to be in control of your spending. It is very difficult to overspend here. And the moment that we also see that you actually have a large audience, which seems unlikely with 2 CCS because you'll get stuck because only 2 people can see it at the same time, either Gosha or Ezgi will reach out to you and say like, hey, actually we think that if we do this and this, you can get more out of your account. So you're not the only one who is managing your account. In the end, we can see here and there like, hey, maybe it's time for this person to take the next step, which would be the core account. The core account is indeed, as the name implies, is there for like the people who really need Arcware, people who really need to get a lot out of it. Normally, it starts at 89 euros a month and 10 cents a minute. 10 cents a minute can actually go down if you buy minutes in the marketplace, which we'll talk about later. You can buy minutes in advance, which means that per minute the price will go down. You just need to buy them in advance. You also get 5 projects, something that's very important. We see that a lot of people need more than just the 1 project. And you'll have up to 10 CCS through a core account. With the 10 CCS, obviously that goes through the marketplace. And you can upload a far larger file. From core, you can also talk with Gosha or Ezgi about 4K streaming if that's something that you're interested in. Core is really where suddenly everything becomes possible. And also here, a lot of people think that suddenly the costs are they're gonna get out of control. And so here I can also say from our data that this is unlikely, not only because Ezgi and Gosha are paying attention to our users, but also because on average, we do not expect you to, especially if you're beginning and you're not sure how much you will be spending per month on average. I don't see anyone really spending more than 250 euros a month overall, like including the subscription fees. So like when you're starting, when you're learning, okay, how much do I actually need? The costs are really going to stay manageable. You're also only buying this if you already have a client who is paying you, so you can charge them the costs yourself. I am not going to judge if you buy all your minutes in advance and then tell your customer that it's 10 cents per minute. That is not up to me. If you want to earn a little bit of a markup there, be my guest. And then of course we have a custom plan. This is for when, we're talking really big stuff. We're talking big brands. We're talking car brands, for instance. These are companies that really need like hundreds of thousands of minutes a year. This is when you contact Ezgi and Gosha and you say like, look, I have Volkswagen. They want to go big. I have this project. It looks stunning. I need minutes. I need it to be affordable. That's where Ezgi and Gosha come in. And so I hope that the stuff is clear now, so we can move on to the more exciting stuff.
Yeah. So once you have a tenant, once you have a tenant, you will want to upload your project, even if it's a trial, light, whatever. And most of the times our clients already have the project ready and they come us afterwards. But there are cases also that they don't have the project ready and they are just looking for a provider for future. Do not worry if this is your case right now, because we have a template ready in fab.com. You can easily download it and use it, test it. And this is supported by Unreal Engine versions 5.5 and beyond. But if you need something older, you can let us know and we can help you with that. That being said, we do recommend using 5.6 actually. Even if you're not, we really recommend you to upgrade to that, because there has been a major bug in the previous versions that caused unstable video bitrate while using NVIDIA's video encoder, and that caused basically you would have higher latencies than usual. So that bug has been fixed in 5.6. So upgrading would not be just a minor update, it would be a major significant improvement. So we do recommend that you do that. And then, so after you have the template, you can go, let's log in. I'm kicked out, so one moment. Maybe can you close so I can choose the tenant, but now we're gonna reveal all the names, so yes, perfect. One moment. So NDAs, I'm sensitive. Now ready, yes. Okay, so you see the page that I'm in our mother company's account, MIFCOM, and we can go to a project and you can upload your package to here, to packages. And there are two main things that are important here to pay attention. First one is that you need to upload a zip file, not another type of file. And the second thing is that you need to enable the Unreal Engine pixel streaming plugin from your Unreal Engine side. And here we are talking about two versions, and we do support version 2, but even from Epic Games side, it's not production ready yet, so we recommend that you go with version 1 and just open your ears for further updates either from Epic Games or us. And yeah, you can basically drag and drop your zip file here. And then your file will go through 4 stages, 3 actually. You're gonna upload, then we're gonna scan for viruses, then we're gonna check if the platform is gonna check if it's an Unreal Engine project that has an enabled plugin, and then you're ready to release. The 4th stage is to release. And you can do it manually or automatically. If maybe you just wanna drop them here right now and then you wanna release them later, then you can just choose to manually release them, or you can enable the auto release option so it can be released whenever it's ready. And actually we have a whole webinar that Manos did all of these things, like settings from Unreal Engine side and then enabling the plugin, and then we actually uploaded it live, all the stages. We have it on YouTube. Derk is gonna drop in the chat. It's the first 15 minutes, I think you can watch it. I think it's super helpful, especially if you're a visual person, because We have the same things in technical documentation too, but I think it's just better to watch as Manos is doing it. And yeah, don't worry if your interruption is broken, because you can just resume upload anytime. This is super easy. Everything is straightforward here. So once you have the project ready, you want to stream it, you want to share it. So we're gonna move to how to share it. There are two ways to do it. First one is using share IDs. You can also do it from project sites. You can go to share ID settings, or you can go to the share ID management page and you can control all your share IDs. Probably you would use it when you need to send these, you don't want to embed the streaming to your website and you just want to share it with your investors, clients, users privately. You can create a new share ID here, name it as you wish, starting time, expiration time, even the usage, you can set them as you wish, and they are specific to certain projects, so you will need to select a project. And then you are seeing here override away from keyword module. You might want to use that because maybe in the website you are a bit more, you're kicking out people if they're inactive in 2 minutes because you don't want them to queue up or you don't want a high usage. But maybe you are a bit more flexible in the shared IDs. So maybe you might want to change that or keep it the same. So feel free to play around. And then you can also see all your share IDs here. For example, in this one we can see it is used 16 times. For example, you can set several share IDs for one project and name them differently so you can see which user or which group of users were streaming more. Yeah, I think it's super useful. The second way you would go for if you want to share your project with the world is that you would embed it on your website. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's super public because you can still, for example, with front-end development, you can still put login credentials before it or anything you want, basically. Speaking of anything you want, then we recommend actually using Web SDK because, we synced our Web SDK with Epic Games Pixel streaming infrastructure, so it's always parallel to the latest versions and it's super flexible. You can do a lot with it. And in our technical documentation, we have even the code examples that you can use, JavaScript, React, and more. But what is better, we do have a webinar on that too. Ivan Garcia actually did a 1-hour webinar with Derk, and they showed how to embed it on a website. And I think that video will clear most of your questions if you're going to that route. And yeah, so now we shared, we would like to check out how the project is going. What is it doing? How many people are watching? Then we have some analytics available. We do have more coming up though. We have much more coming up, but I think even those, they are super helpful. So let me show it to you and tell you how I would use them, I guess. So we have the current month and previous month. You can compare total runtime, average watch time, these things. But I think what is more interesting is down there. So here you can, for example, let's set it for the last month and time interval 1 day. I think this is good. Okay, so you can see time until ready, minimum, maximum, on average. You can see if your project needs optimization, if you're happy with it. But I think what is better, the connections. This doesn't mean that concurrent connections, it's down there. It is, for example, how many people streamed your project in 1 day. For example, we have some peakings here, 17 connections, and then here 21, 18. You can check it out and you can compare it with maximum CCS reached. For example, I would like to compare this 3rd of July because it was the peak connections time, and actually the maximum CCS reach was 2. So you were not even reaching to your peak. I think that's nice to check out if you are thinking, do I need more concurrency than I have, or is it enough? I think this graph tells you a lot. For example, there are 2 days we peaked to 3. For this account we have 3 maximum. So then you can think of. Do you want to have more than that to check if you were queuing or not, or is 3 enough for you? If it's not enough, I'm gonna come how to increase it easily from marketplace on your own. And finally, we have also runtime and average watch time. I think these are especially good if you just did a promotion, a publication on LinkedIn, you have some stuff coming up from LinkedIn, or you did just an event and you would like to know if this really affected how much people watched, interacted with you. So you can go to that day, you can see how much it was used, and you can then decide even for future, if you're doing a promotion and it really increases the usage, maybe then you would like to buy some prepaid minutes, so you pay less. Which I will come how to do those things and actually now.
Let's do it.
Let's go to marketplace. So we have a lot of options that you can do on your own here without contacting me or Goja or Manos, anyone. So we have extra concurrent streams, prepaid minutes, and projects. You can easily click on them, select your project, and then you can select number of streams you want to have. You can have up to 7 additional more. If you want more than that, you will reach out to me, but most of the cases, this is like what we think is enough. But if you're having an event, something, of course, you can go beyond, and then you can let us know.
My favorite number of our favorite max CCS has been the launch of of season tickets for an ice hockey club, and somehow I think the total number was 84.
Yeah,
it was 84,
81,
83,
84, something like that. I
and
think,
so that was a very local team. It's a country where ice hockey is not even that popular, if you will, and so it was in Canada, and they beat all of our top tier car companies that are using our platform. And so our record is 84 for one client at the same time. So if you are starting now, or as we've discussed earlier, don't worry that you instantly need hundreds of CCS unless you are launching season tickets for a local ice hockey game, then you might need them.
Yeah. So, and if you're launching those tickets, probably you're gonna expect a high usage on the minutes too, then you would maybe want to go for prepaid streaming minutes for the month only, because you're not gonna have them all the time, right? It's just a seasonal, a monthly thing. So instead of paying on 10 cents, the standard rate, you might want to maybe buy 1,000 minutes for that month, and you would pay then 9 cents per minute. And then you can disable them whenever you want, super flexible. You can also choose to disable your projects after those minutes expire. So this also gives you some kind of control on your usage. And finally, I really love it. We have extra projects because we didn't have it before. It's new. Normally we had them only via us. So you would reach out to us and we would give them to you annually, and minimum 5 additional more. But right now we made it super flexible. You can have even one more project only for a month. And I think it's great for those of you who have clients who are not sure, not gonna stick around, they're just testing, or you just need one additional slot to test things out and you don't wanna open a new account, then just go there, buy the projects. You can even buy up to 10 more, so you would have 15 in one account. And then we have tools. We have direct flow and we have asset management, which is not here, but I will tell you what it is and how you can get that. So direct flow is basically you are streaming from your Unreal Engine editor directly. It is especially useful if you're working hand in hand with your clients or with another developer, say front-end developer, and every time you make a change, you don't want to package the project and upload it every time because it's just too much time wasted. So instead, they will see all the changes you do on your editor instantly. So that will save you tremendous amount of time. And if you want to test it, you can again just have it for 1 month, have a 1 seat, and then you can disable it if you don't want. And although we do have a demo on that, I will mention about this later after asset management. And then we have asset management. It is basically we give you access for a private storage that is next to our servers, so that you can load assets that are not part of Unreal Engine on runtime, like 3D models, whole environments, or just textures, and they're gonna be there on runtime instantly without refreshing. We can enable you for a test, so just reach out to me or Goja, who is in the chat, and yeah, you can test it for 2 weeks. You can check it yourself if it's needed, if it's something that would actually be useful for you. And we have a webinar that, again, we talked about these. We showed, Manos and Derk showed what are they for, how do they look like, how to use them, so you can already decide if these are some things that you can use or not useful for your case. Although I think these two things are underrated, and you should check them out. Like, I think they sound great, but they should be used more, for sure.
Yes. The link is already in the chat.
Perfect. And before I give it to Derk, I will also mention about the servers in LA. And as you know, most of you know, we only had servers in Munich before, and we wanted to increase the performance in West Coast US, all Americas actually, even Japan. So we launched our servers, and we made it super easy for you to change yourselves. So before, in the first days, we were changing it for you. Right now, you can go to the settings, and you can basically select Munich or Los Angeles, and you can do it for each project differently. But if you want to have something more custom, then you will need to talk to us, but I will let you talk about this.
So indeed, as it is possible to stream one project through both servers, but it is still it's only for the special very few people who attend webinars, for instance. And so please reach out to Ezgi and Gosha if you want this. It is not always necessary, but it's definitely recommended for perfect performance if you have a global audience, if your people are everywhere. And so reach out to Gosha and Ezgi. If anything, one of the main things to learn from this webinar is to just feel comfortable reaching out to Ezgi or Gosha, because they can make a lot of things possible. So then that takes us to documentation, tutorials, and webinars. So let's start with the website, perhaps.
Yeah.
Because here, if you go to resources, you basically have everything that you could possibly ever need once you get stuck. One of the things that what's really important for us at Arcware is that we are all working with a new technology, or new-ish. And that means that there are people who don't know everything who are already working with this new technology. And for us, it's very important that we make sure that everyone has access to this. This is really our mission. And so this is why we have the technical documentation, the one at the top. This is for when you like learning through a user manual. Here you can simply just go to all the different, it's also recently been updated by Manolis. So this is all great, usable. If you get stuck, you can refer back to Manolis here for most of the topics, because most of this is already a little bit more technical. Then if you are more of a visual learner and we aren't organizing a webinar, then you can go to the video tutorials, which are on our YouTube page. Here it is possible that there is something that might not be entirely up to date, because we did make these a long time ago, but we're obviously going to update these. And then further on our YouTube page as well, we have our webinars, we have specific topics. We went into the Unreal Engine with Manolis, how to optimize your Unreal Engine applications for pixel streaming in a previous webinar. That is the how to start pixel streaming webinar. We have things for the asset management and direct flow, as we've also already shared with you. Then we have front-end embedding with Ivan, which is our most recent video as of today. So there's a lot of stuff where you can learn things. It's very hands-on. It's very write this one thing here type of information. So we really want to make sure you are all perfectly taken care of, and that you have the ways that you want to learn, that you want to progress, that all of that is already available in the way that it works best for you. Then we get to go to Discord. because we actually help you when you really get stuck. As we've already discussed a little bit before we really got started today, some of you might know Manolis very almost intimately because you got stuck a bunch of times. Manolis basically helps anyone with their issues through our Discord. So what you do is you, as Ezgi just showed, you go to the website, you go to the Discord, you accept the Discord invite, and then you create a community ticket.
Yeah, no, basically
And
light plans are
yes.
only Discord support level.
So as Manolis is explaining behind the camera, is that for different pricing plans, we will have to prioritize people differently. So a light plan is exclusively for Discord. A core plan can create a service ticket from the platform itself.
Maybe we can also show
Yeah,
it.
let's do that. That sounds fantastic.
So you can go to the help center, and I urge you to do that because really this is the fastest way that we help you. And you can create a support ticket. You can even actually do the feature requests from here because this is how we, for example, did the project. We realized there are a lot of requests that people wanted to have projects monthly. So you can even do the feature requests or report a bug, and then Manos and the team will take care of them very fast. So if you're a core plan, please go for this one, and if you're not, yeah, Discord is free there. 500 people community is there to help you as well as Manos.
Yes. Not to mention, you're also actually allowed to just talk about Unreal Engine things on our Discord. We have a
Your
little
passion.
metaverse corner as well. We would love to see this become a thriving community because, you know, together we learn best. We learn best from friends who did similar things, and I think we are all very similar in this regard when it comes to pixel streaming. So we did the support tickets. And so, yes, what is coming up, which is a lot later, is the enterprise plan. But are we keeping, well, we are here now anyway, so let's just get started.
Yeah.
Oh, that is actually, we're already at near the end. That's fantastic. Normally we are a little, we take a little longer for our webinars. So upcoming features. First of all, we are going to have a full-on enterprise plan. I know that some of you might be familiar with what we now call the custom plan, that's used to be called the enterprise plan, and now we are slightly confusing by using the same name twice. However, the new enterprise plan will have the automatic option of being able to stream the same project through both servers at the same time. So this is something that users will need to pay for this opportunity because it is an additional cost for us as well. And in the enterprise plan, sorry, I'm going in the wrong direction. So yes, we will have the higher resolution here as well in the enterprise plan, so that is 4K. We do not recommend you using 4K because it is a little bit of an overload for mobile users amongst others. So here we recommend you to go to 2400.
1440p.
So if this is interesting, contact Gosha and Ezgi and or Manolis. Yes, so we can get into this later. And of course, super important is the deep analytics. We know that you've been asking about this. We know we haven't communicated very well that we were already aware of this, but we will have it finally, which is expected end of Q4. This will be something you can buy as a core user from the marketplace in the future, and it will be included in the enterprise plan. So what does deep analytics mean? It means that, of course, you will have all of your basic statistics, the time till ready, the streaming runtime, CCS, etc. But you will also be able to see where people are actually streaming from, so in which country, which city, which obviously very important for your targeting. Then from which device are people actually accessing your content? So do you need to optimize for mobile, or is it actually not relevant? We will see what type of browser types, because obviously when it comes to optimizing things, and we're really talking about marginal gains, browsers become very important as well. Some browsers are also just annoying. Then obviously the cost per stream. Costs very important for everyone, so the more hands-on you can be in terms of controlling this, the better. We'll also have analytics per share ID. for those of you for whom that is very important. So the streamed runtime, the number of connections, etc. And a per session analytics, so frames per second, latency, all that jazz. And we'll try to add more and more and more to this. So if you have something that you specifically want to track, write it in the feature request that Ezgi just showed you. And we will make sure to address it or tell you why we are not doing it. We want to really build Arcware all together. I think it's very important that we include your feedback here because you know, we are building this, but it's really a by the community for the community type of thing. And we cannot anticipate everything ourselves. So if there's anything that you want, let us know. And that brings us to the very last slide, which is the live Q&A. So please ask away. What do you want to know? What do you want us to do? And yeah, take it away, guys and girls. So we see that Adam and Marcel are happy about the deep analytics. Adam is telling us that recently he started using Clarity for deeper look on how customers use his front end. However, it currently falls down when focused on the streamed iframe session. Wondering if there's anything we can do to get that to work. So, are you talking here about that you want to know how people use the buttons, so the front end UI? Or is it more about where they hover their mouse? Or could you get more specific here, Adam?
Yeah, it's I think a heat map thing, but it means, which we were also thinking about it.
Because I know that Microsoft Clarity offers heat maps, but
Yeah. I think I was answering questions all the way along.
Oh, it's the live recordings, and then they don't show the actual content, so they don't show the actual where they are, what they're doing in the application. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Is that something we could? That would be difficult,
that's
right?
for sure. No, it's not difficult, but it's not even on the roadmap at the moment. It can be a feature request, but Adam, that's a thing that if you integrate, you know, you do it yourself. But what we were thinking is actually bringing some insights through actually, you know, in Unreal stuff. What is clicked if you have, you know, the sessions and whatever functions, the callbacks, that you can see what is clicked more within Unreal, which will need a plugin implementation, of course, but that's what might come in the Deep Analytics version 1. But of course, it needs a bit overhead on your end to implement this on your applications. But the heat map, I would say, straightforward. You can go front-end part, you know, recording the thing. That will be pretty much on your end because everyone is custom. Everyone is integrating it on his own website, his own way, and this is something it's really difficult to have let's say, an override, a control over it.
So, in the meantime, until we're waiting for either Dimitri or Marcel, either of you guys were typing before we have your question, I'm just going to spam a few links because one of the things that is very important to us is that, first of all, you know how to find our Discord. So, Dimitri, I'll get to your question in a sec.
Yeah.
Here's again the link to the community support. I think most of you know of it. It's there. It's also available through the website. Just go to website arcware.com, resources, Discord. You'll be just fine. And on top of that, we're really working on getting more people involved in pixel streaming, getting the word out, making this technology more accessible, make sure that everyone actually knows about all of the developments at Arcware. So one of the crucial things that we are also doing, and we really would like you to participate in this, is to build a lively community on Reddit. So we were the ones to start the pixel streaming subreddit. I just posted it in the chat. And one of the things that we really want you to start doing is just to comment, upvote, share your stuff. It really is anything goes. So just feel free to post things there, ask questions. We think that Reddit is one of the platforms to really focus on pixel streaming in the Unreal Engine. Tons of people are on there, and it would just be so much nicer if more people get involved. And it's not just me telling you that you can buy projects in the marketplace, because it's
Yeah,
not the most
we have
exciting
around
social media content.
40
Yes, we
people
currently have 37 members. We also recently had someone who started to upvote besides myself and Manolis. So whoever this one person is, we are very thankful for you. But obviously we should have nicer numbers than this, right? So feel free to participate.
Step by step.
And then of course we have a LinkedIn page. Please like and keep liking our posts there. Share us, comment. Anything helps to get the word out, because the algorithm loves it when we show that what we do is actually worth it, according to how they measure those type of things. Then open your emails. We have newsletters. If you are not already receiving newsletters, then please reach out to Gosha or Ezgi and they will make it work, because we keep you up to date on new product features, on webinars, on basically anything you need to know. You can now also actually receive notifications through the platform itself. So we hope that we are not spamming you, but we do need to let you know that things are happening. So let us know how we're doing. Always welcome. Feedback's always welcome. And subscribe to our YouTube channel if possible, because not only will your fantastic comments be repeated on YouTube, it's kind of like seeing yourself when you went to a football match and you see yourself in the audience. So we have tons of great content there. We also had a fantastic webinar a little while ago with ICE. This was a 3-hour-long marathon, so we call it our Lord of the Rings webinar, where we have fantastic presentations. We highly recommend them. They were about the metaverse with Fatih. We had ArcVis with Madis from
Epic stuff.
AVAR1, Fabrice Borelli, Unreal Engine Epic Legend, and then Access Point AI. Highly recommend that stuff. It is a bit long, will admit, but again, sometimes we also sit for boring Netflix shows for 4 hours. So
Let's go to some questions.
very good. That's what I want to get. So we had Dimitri, did you talk about keeping concurrent users under control? Queuing, handling always available instances or on-demand instances.
Yeah, Dimitri, do you have an account already or not? Because queuing is out of the box even from the trial phase. And you can totally control queuing, meaning branding it with your own CI if you go the web integration with the web SDK. So yes, we have queuing out of the box already.
So also for branding your queuing, watch the Ivan Fixel webinar. The whole how-to is there. So let's stick with Dimitri for a second because he's writing us, and then we get to Elia's question. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Elia.
Marcel had also one before Elia, I think.
Oh yeah, Marcel. Oh, he has no questions, but keep up the amazing work and props on the great support from the devs and Manos. So awesome to hear this.
I want to see this, the hamburger configurator made. I really want to see this live.
And also please
Just
don't
some
forget the hard work of Ezgi and Gosha. Those two ladies run around like crazy around the office, making sure that everyone always has everything that they want. So everyone here is working their tails off.
So Dimitri.
Dimitri has an account, didn't have the chance to try. So
when
just
you
get
try,
started.
let's talk and it will be all clear. All right.
Everything will work itself out.
Elia asked something. Elia, I hope.
She downloaded the test project from the marketplace, so you can download our template from the Fab marketplace. 5 stars, by the way, out of 5 reviews. She's having trouble controlling the camera within the project.
Okay, do you know what I will do now? Let's go in 2-minute live session.
All right, let's do this.
Screen and I will explain some things, maybe to clarify. If not, we can go, of course, on a personal call.
So if you didn't hear, because Manolis was walking away from the microphone, we're going to go a live session for Manolis to solve this.
All good. So in the docs, we have already on our code pen, like as you already explained, this is the kind of base of integrating into the front end and the basic stuff, but it doesn't matter now. We go just to our template because our template is already there out of the box for you to test for integration. So I can just explain a bit again about what the template and the target for this beast is to help you have the input. What we solve here is actually the input thing, working in 3 modes. Like you can see, we have here an orbit, fly, and walk mode, which all 3 are working seamlessly on any device: desktop, tablet, mobile, iOS, Android, everything. This is our own code, which we give it for free. Now you can also drop questions if you want, but what on the orbit you have, let's say, of course, the orbit mode, click and drag, then double tap to change your pivot wherever you want on the object. Many things are exposed on the pawn. I'm going a bit more technical now, but everything is there. Of course, we can deep dive together if you want. And zoom in and out with a normal scroll. And the same thing if you go Control-Shift-I. In this case, let's go mobile mode. You can see that even the touch input is working, and double tap. And even if we go, let's go walk mode. In walk mode, of course, you are on mobile, so let's go actually better like this, and 200%, because it's a bit better. Or maybe we should go directly to the template, because now we have the code pen thing, but it doesn't matter. What you have, we split the screen, so even in touch, if you want to move, it even disappears on. So this part of the screen controls completely the movement part with a joystick coming in and out, and this side of the, like with your left you control where you move, whenever you touch it appears, and the other side is actually your rotation and jump and stuff. You see the buttons are appearing. So
No, I'm just sharing more YouTube videos.
That's kind of what we did with the template. We completely solved the input thing because it's huge. Many don't even know how to do these things, or they need to develop. So for you not to reinvent the wheel, we just prepared everything and we share it. Now I don't understand exactly what the issue you have is, so maybe we can go,
Elia, but is your issue solved already, or could you clarify the issue so that Manos can explain how to solve it?
And here WASD, jumping stuff, classic story. But 90% with experience is actually fly or orbit mode is used. That's the reality. But of course we can go in a support call so we can clarify everything in detail if needed.
In the meantime, everyone else can still ask their questions, because we would love to help you get unblocked or make sure that you have all of the information you need to keep going on.
And I will just show one more example, which is in-house, made back then for AMG as a proof of concept, and which also utilizes purely our front end, like our template on the input part. And yeah, we are in the orbit mode here. We click and rotate normally. Here, let's stop even the car. This is a chaos rig in real time. We have a full front-end integration for color change, but more in the utilization of the input. That's the drag and rotate. Then we can double tap to go wherever you want on the object, kind of to changing our pivot and focusing on wherever we want. And yeah,
I have an answer from Elia.
Yeah.
So her problem is in orbit mode. When she tries to teleport the camera to focus in one specific point, it flips my input and sometimes rotates the camera a little bit, even if I reset all the transformation and rotation.
By default, or you have manipulated it? Because let's say this is our template on a custom project. Let's say I'm clicking somewhere here now, we can see, let's say the rim. So, and I'm focused on this point. In your case, you mean it's completely rotating or doing something else than that? Then maybe something is off, or you maybe manipulated something.
And maybe this sounds like a a separate call.
Yeah, we can of course do, and we can dig in and see. But it works straightforward. Many of our clients are using the template as
Yes,
a
but
base
I
to
don't double
start.
click, I teleport the camera.
Okay, that means you are teleporting the camera, and this is exactly the camera views. Of course, adapted to this particular application, but that should be a solid experience. But again, I see maybe something is a bit difficult to, you know,
Yeah.
to set up or something, so I can help you. We can go
Yeah,
in a
this seems
call.
like
Just join our Discord and knock me there, so we can arrange a call maybe tomorrow or the next day. And it's pretty straightforward.
That works for you, Elia? Yes, exactly like this. Thanks for the help. I think I will join Discord. Very good.
Yeah, let's just, not even Discord or mail, whatever. If you don't have a Discord account, we can go by mail, and you're not forced to go to Discord, so all good.
Since you're sharing the script, maybe we can also show the queuing, how easy it is to just enable it for
Yeah, the
industry.
queuing, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So on any project, even on trial or light core, it's across all the tiers. You just go to the settings, you go to the stream, and you enable the queuing. That's it. By default, we have our own CI design. If you have 1, 2, 3 CCS, whatever you have, the fourth one, let's say, will be queued, and the pop-up will appear that you are queued, you are the first in the queue, and the next one, second queued, let's say, will have, you are the second in the queue and stuff. And when one other drops, we have it also in our initial webinar, I think. We even showed it on live.
We did.
But that's the option here. You just enable the queue and take it from there. If you want to, again, brand your queue with your own CI, design, whatever, then you need to go to the Web SDK and integrate it and customize everything.
So I saw a few people starting to write the question. Feel free to finish it.
Yeah.
If not, or if this is a private matter or whatever, either just write directly to either Ezgi or Gosha or Manolis or me, although I don't know if I'm the person to help. The only thing which I could help with, though, is that this is also something we want to tell people later this week on LinkedIn, is that we are looking for people to help us spread the word about pixel streaming. And so if you have social media accounts and you want to help us get the word out, then please reach out to me. I am also on LinkedIn, email, and all of those things, so I shouldn't be too difficult to find. So if you want to work with us to really get the word out about the Unreal Engine, pixel streaming, whatever it is, and you have a nice social media presence on YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever it is, reach out to me, and I will make sure that we give you everything that you need in order to do so, because only together we can help increase the adoption of this technology.
Nico to talk. Yeah, just wondering if you could have the volume on by default. Yes. So, of course. Do we have other questions?
No, this is the only we can answer.
Yeah. Of course you can, but this is a thing that it's a bit on the rules of browser, so to say. So with our direct share links, you cannot have it by default, although maybe we will bring it because there were huge requests about it. The thing there is you need to have an overlay button, a button that you accept to play, and only if you play then the audio will be activated. While our share links are starting automatically without a play button because we want to just share the link and start the stream, that means the audio button must be muted. It's a browser policy from Google. We have it in our documentation, by the way. But if you go embedding mode and you do whatever you want to do, then you can have it. But again, you need to have an overlay button. Okay, an example here I can show is even our car config, I think. If you go in showcases and let's say a fashion, the Swarovski case, you can send the link maybe. This case, like this, starts, it's a custom front-end integration, and we have the overlay. The moment we click the button, launch, the experience will start, and then you can have audio on. That's a browser policy thing. It's clarified on the documentation of the Web SDK, but for the share links now, you cannot have it. And now you can go mute. Yeah, it's not even here. And also some other cases. The automotive has it also integrated. Arcware.com. Of course, you don't hear the sound now because it's from the device, but this is a thing of integration. You can have it by integrating it directly, embedding it and manipulating it with an overlay. You need a button first to make this happen. You cannot have autoplay directly with audio in the share links. At the moment, maybe in the future, but then we need to expose some settings and stuff like that. So this one also. As you can see, it's an overlay. Those are some of the showcases, our in-house demos. But this one also, if you start, you should have audio on by default. Yeah, you can hear already. But yeah, you can check it yourself, but that's the case here. So share links, no audio by default. By embedding, of course, you can do whatever you want, but you need an overlay, a step that someone admits to play, and then by doing that, you can enable the audio.
Does that answer your question, Nico?
You can even experiment on the code pen on the front-end side with just 2 settings changing, and you will see.
Okay, Nico has the answer that he was looking for. Then, are there any questions that need to be answered today?
We haven't, I think, mentioned Summer Special.
Ah, yes, of course. Thank you for reminding me. So, if you are opening a Lite or Core account this month or in August, then you will get 500 free minutes if you open a Lite account, or 1,000 free minutes if you open a Core account.
Valid for 6 months
You
even.
mean?
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, he said
Yeah,
1,000.
And 3.
Valid for 6 months, so they're not gonna expire in a month.
Free with an F, not with TH.
Also, all
So-
right, my bad.
So
Sorry for that.
I do understand that most of the people here today, you already have an
Most,
account.
yeah.
But if your friends or family need a Pixel streaming account, then let them know that if they do it now, that it saves them a few months of not having to pay for streaming minutes. Depending on how much they use, I don't know if your friends or family are the head of innovation at BMW, for instance. Then it might not be that much of it might be just a drop in the ocean. But if that's not the case, this is fantastic. If you want to start Pixel streaming, experiment a little bit with it. If you want to actually get these free minutes, so not the number free, but not having to pay for minutes, then please create a Lite or Core account now or in the month of August, and then reach out to either Ezgi or Gosha.
No need even, we see and we apply.
It's
but
automatically, yeah.
yeah,
So even better.
just sign up, yeah.
So sign up, do the thing, have minutes that you don't have to pay for, enjoy. Did I forget anything else?
No, I think no.
Then, that is fantastic that I only forgot one thing. That's a great score. And then we want to thank you for joining us, for staying for the full hour. And please join us for our next webinars. And yes, do all the things we said and have fun Pixel streaming. Ciao guys and girls.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.